Oh my God, it's Friday.
January 6th.
We're live at 5.
Hello.
We have a great guest today.
We have such a good guest. Mary Bridget Davies is here. Tony nominee Mary Bridget
We love
Davies.
her.
We love her.
She is at 54 Feinstein / 54 Below tonight.
Tonight at 9:30.
Tonight at 9:30. So if you're looking for something fun to do, that might be it. And by the way, it's a very sad Friday.
There are a lot of closings
It's a
this
lot
weekend.
of close. You know, January's sad on Broadway. This is what happens. A lot of people lose jobs in January. I mean, a lot of shows close.
It's true.
And, I mean, Color Purple is closing Sunday. That's going to be an epic.
On Cynthia Erivo's 30th birthday. Did you know
Oh, I did not know that. Cynthia Erivo's 30th birthday is Sunday. And she's closing on Broadway, and hopefully she'll be back very soon. I'll be curious to see.
Come
I mean, I'm dying to see like what she does next.
Can't
but
wait.
that is going to be epic.
Yes.
Right? I mean, I feel like there's going to be crazy YouTube videos of, I feel like everyone's just sobbing.
Tears.
And I'm here, they're all there,
I mean, there are tears there every night.
Speaking of, and some people from our staff, including Caitlin, will be there.
Crying her eyes out.
And Falsettos is closing.
I know, we love this show
our
so
favorite
much.
show of last year is closing. Les Liaisons Dangereuses is closing.
Or Les Liaisons Dangereuses.
Whatever. And The Encounter is closing.
Yeah, Simon McBurney's one-man show.
Talk about wide range of shows.
Yeah, that is really, really...
So Sunday is the last day for all 4 of those shows. So hurry up, get out there. I don't think you can get into Color Purple, honestly, or maybe even Falsettos. But try. You should try. And Falsettos, of course, was taped this week.
Right.
It's right by our office, actually, and I saw the big trucks outside because they were taping for multiple performances.
For PBS.
And changing some of the lyrics, I guess.
Really?
Just little tweaks to make it clean, I guess. I don't know. I don't think of Falsettos as a dirty show, but there are swears in it. Looking forward, there's this Jimmy Buffett musical.
Is it Escape 2?
You too, yeah. I said From the other day. That was a
Escape
mistake.
From.
Because you actually
Escape
want to go to Margaritaville.
Sure.
That's the idea.
And Waste Away.
So this musical is brewing. It's on its way to New York, I think. It's very pre-Broadway.
They keep saying that.
It'll be at La Jolla in May and Chicago in November. We already knew that, but now we know it's going to be in New Orleans, the Sanger Theater, October 20th to 28th, and in Houston at the Hobby Center, October 31st to May 5th. So if you live in any of those cities, you can see something before we get to see it.
That's pretty fun.
Unless we go see it there.
Unless we travel.
I haven't been to Houston. Maybe let's go to Houston, maybe.
Sure.
And New Orleans is always fun.
Always.
We're in. Do you remember $1 Million Quartet? Of course you do.
Yeah. At the Nederlander Theater.
Do you remember which famous rock star? I love quizzing Beth on Live at 5. Do you
I'm
remember
not
which
gonna
famous
know.
rock stars were in $1 Million Quartet?
Mm-hmm.
Can you name them? Okay. Johnny Cash,
Okay.
Elvis Presley.
I remember that
Jerry
part.
Lee Lewis, and then the hard one.
Carl Perkins.
Yeah, very good. That's the one. That's the one people know the least. And Hunter Foster was in it, and he played none of them. He played Sam Phillips,
Right.
the producer from Sun Records. And now there's a TV show that is premiering February 25th on. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's totally the wrong story. On February 23rd.
Oh, okay.
And it's on CMT. What's that? Country Music Television. Is that right?
Yeah.
I love how they abbreviate them after a while. And just
But
make
you
it,
couldn't figure
it's
that
just
one out. That
CMT.
wasn't that hard.
It's just like AMC. Remember, it used to just be old movies, and now it's like zombies. So it's not. No, anyway, so Colin Escott, who wrote the musical, the book of the musical, wrote this TV show about Sam Phillips, Hunter Foster's character, and so all of those.
Of the famous Sun Records,
So
right?
it's very much about the same story as $1 Million Quartet, which is a show I really loved, by the way.
Great. Great show. Great music.
Now, yesterday I did something really embarrassing.
Really?
Michael Park was here, who we adore.
I was on jury duty.
And we were talking about Daniel Radcliffe, because he did How to Succeed with Daniel Radcliffe.
Right.
And then he said, well, he's about to do something else. And I said, I don't know. And I totally forgot that he is about to do a very famous play in London, not in New York. What is it?
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead.
It's a fancy play. Who wrote that?
Tom Stoppard.
Right.
And it's about, what's it about? Paul, I'm going to quiz
Actors.
you. No.
It's about Shakespeare.
That's right.
It's about Shakespeare.
So Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were friends with Hamlet. If you ever read Hamlet.
Yeah, okay.
And then this play is about them.
Well, he's going to be in it at the Old Vic, and now they just announced David Haig, who's an Olivier
Olivier
winner,
winner,
is joining, and that starts February 25th, 2 days after the CMT premiere of Sun Records, it's called, by the way.
Because Daniel Radcliffe needed to be linked to $1 Million Quartet. There you go. You're
See
welcome.
that? But I felt bad that I forgot that he was doing that. Anyway,
I
you were
don't
right,
care.
Michael Park. He was doing something. Hamilton's America is that documentary that everybody went crazy for about
Yeah.
Hamilton. It is now up for a PGA award, which is an award that we don't normally cover, the Producers Guild of America. The producer of it is nominated for an award, so congratulations.
Mazel tov.
And make more shows about Broadway, please.
Thank you.
War Paint, we saw that.
We loved War Paint.
We saw that with the Divas in War
The
Paint.
two-time Tony-winning ladies.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're correct. We adore them.
Do you want to say who they are?
They're going to be at the.
Patty LaBelle,
Oh yeah.
Christina Ebersole.
Do they really need to be named? I don't know. They're doing an event. There's all these events sort of building up to the Broadway run.
Right.
They're doing a fancy event. It's just a fancy show at the Guggenheim.
Very fancy.
What a beautiful building, right?
Yeah.
So that's on January 22nd, and they're going to be there, right? That's the idea.
I hope so.
And they're going to talk about War Paint, maybe, and I don't know what they're going to do, but you can reserve tickets if you go on our site. There's a link to, you can reserve, I think you can go watch them if you want. And then go see them on Broadway at the Nederlander, which is where Million Dollar Quartet plays.
I knew you were going to do that. I actually knew. I wish I'd said it.
We know each other too
We're
well.
just going to link it all together.
There's on January 20th. There's a concert called "Concert for America: Stand Up, Sing Out!"
Thank you for all the punctuation,
I just
Paul.
I love very clear punctuation. It supports national organizations for civil rights, women's health, and the environment, which is very
Let's
big.
talk about the Broadway stars.
Well, that's the thing. It supports a lot of great things.
That's true.
And there's great people: Jesse Mueller, Billy Porter, Andrew Martin, Cheetah Rivera, B.B. Newworth, Betty Buckley, Rosie O'Donnell, and Brian Stokes Mitchell.
Wow, what a lineup.
Before I get out of here and bring a very talented lady of the stage, not diva, even though I think she is one too. Culturalist. There's a new Culturalist for the
Yes.
weekend. We do that every Friday, by the way.
Which show are you most looking forward to in 2017? New show.
That's hard to rank.
It is really hard.
I wouldn't be able to choose one or the other, but I don't know. Good
You
luck
get
with
10.
that.
You can rank them, so.
There's an Ask a Star with Todrick Hall.
He's so funny.
Was he?
He's
What would you
sweet.
learn about him?
I learned a lot. First of all, you probably know this, but I didn't know he spent Thanksgiving with Taylor Swift.
That's his life. I mean,
That's his life.
Yeah.
And he shares his beauty secrets.
Oh, well, for that alone, check out our Ask a Star. And then, oh my God, did you see those gorgeous photos of Danae
Gorge.
Benton,
Of Great
who is
Comet.
Natasha? Oh, you just calling it Great Comet now?
Yeah, that's I'm
Not even
I'm
Great
cool
Comet of
with it.
1812,
No.
just Great Comet?
Great Comet. That's how I'm doing
Well,
it.
I like, in this case, I think it's appropriate to say the full title
Natasha,
because she is
yeah.
Natasha. So it's saying that it's Natasha Pierre in the Great Comet of 1812 sounds really fancy. She's the leading lady.
You love
And
the
she's
fancy.
gorgeous. And we photographed her, Caitlin McNaney photographed her in the lot. We're in the Brill building, which is a very famous old building where a lot of maybe some characters from Million Dollar Quartet may have been here
I
different
thought you were
times.
going to go through. I was thinking beautiful. Also
but-
beautiful.
But you guys watch Smash. There's like that gold lobby where like
I'm sure you watch Smash.
Well, yeah, you watch Smash, and Angelica Houston used to walk through this long gold lobby.
She was
That's
in
in
this
our
building.
building, and that's where and it's not open anymore. It's closed, it's like a tomb. But we opened the tomb and took Natasha in there and took some gorgeous photos of her. And on that note,
Ladies
please
and
introduce
gentlemen,
our star.
please welcome Mary Bridget Davies.
Oh, wrong button.
What are you doing? You're ruining my makeup.
She's funny though.
You're upsetting me. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Bring her on. Bring her on.
Thank you, my dear.
Mary
Hello.
Bridget Davies.
That's
All
my
right.
name.
I'm gonna first. We're gonna clear up something. Your name.
It's Mary Bridget Davies.
You can call her Mary. You can call her Bridget.
You can call me
Mary Bridget.
MBD.
MBD. Or you could just call
Some
her.
of my friends call me MGD because that was like popular beer once. I have a million. My mom calls me like Corky. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. It doesn't matter. But MBD usually gets dumbed down to just MBD.
I don't think it's dumbed down.
Mary.
I think it's cool though.
When I go, my name, when the people are like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, Mary Bridget. They're like, oh, that's long. like it's going to take so much
you
time.
are going to be at 54 Below tonight.
Tonight,
Tonight.
9:30.
9:30.
There's still some ticks left, but I asked at the front, like, hey, is it selling good? She's like, girl. And I'm like, okay. So, but there can be some left. You could check it out. It's going to be awesome. We just came from soundcheck.
This woman's voice is bananas. It's bananas. Of course, you were in A Night with Janis Joplin on Broadway. Got yourself an old Tony nomination. Got to be part of the pack.
It was awesome. I said, and this is one of my favorite things, I got to do the flea market. And we were in previews, so no one knew what was going on. And I'm sitting there, and literally, it's like, I'm like title of show geek of the universe. And it's, hi, it's Heidi and Susan, and then Julia Murney. And I'm sitting
So are you a
next
real
to...
theater geek?
Oh, yeah. And I'm, like, looking down, and there's Cherry Jones and, like, all the Glass Menagerie people. And I'm just, like... And I was talking to Julia Murney, and I go, I feel like Dirty Dancing, and I carried the watermelon.
Oh my
And as
gosh.
soon as I got my nomination, she's the first person to tweet. She's like, "Put the watermelon down,
Put it
girl."
down. Put it down. Get on stage.
Yeah,
That's
that was very
amazing.
sweet. Yeah,
Well, first of all, you have been doing Janis Joplin
yeah,
in one form or another for a really long
for longer than she
time.
did.
So I have some questions for longer than Janis did.
Yes.
So move over, Miss Joplin.
Yes, please.
And you toured with her band, right?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it was like the only way I could get to Europe in my 20s. You know, it
That's
was
not
amazing.
really the only way. Most people, like, I don't
No,
know,
I wanted
strap on
to
a
do-
backpack and
I
sell their
wanted-
blood or something.
No, I was like, I want to do rock and roll, and I want to like get paid for it, and it worked.
It worked because you have a bananas, crazy, awesome voice. So here's my question.
Answer.
Singing like Janis Joplin is hard on your. It seems like she's screaming. I
It's
don't
hard
know.
on your soul.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
but I found a place to put it where it didn't hurt, so I haven't done any
How did you do
permanent
that?
damage. Magic, trial and error. Trial and error.
Magic.
The first Janis Joplin song I ever sang with my band growing up was "Try," which if you ever listen to the full original version, we do like a truncated version in the show. It's maybe 8 or 9 minutes, and she just is singing for the blood and oil of Christ. Like she's going in, and you're like, okay, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I was like 23, I couldn't even make it through the whole song, and I couldn't talk for a day or two, and I'm like, how do you do that? So it kind of became a thing, like a scientific.
I know everyone asks you this,
Yeah.
but how do you protect yourself? How do you protect your voice? How do you protect your soul? Because apparently that's
You
the thing
don't.
you have to do.
You can't. You can't.
Because
When
you have
play
to be
there,
raw,
you have
right?
to. Yeah, you have to be able to access it. What's nice now is that we just finished in what was it, May, the first national and Canadian tour of the show, and that's the last time I did it. So it's kind of like Mary Bridget time.
So tonight,
so
are you
tonight we're
going to
doing
bring
it.
out a little Janice
I
feathers?
would.
You bring
Nay,
out the
no, because that's where you're an impersonator.
I agree with that.
I think that's
But
where
you'll bring out some songs.
Yeah, because it's not. It's not. That's what I'm known for. So it would be kind of like, well, you're not getting any of that. That's not fair. So we're gonna do a couple, but I'm doing some other Broadway songs from some other shows and doing some things that I never got to do. That kind of showcase who Mary Bridget Davies is.
When you were creating your set list, what were you like, I have to include? Give us a little preview, since it's tonight.
Okay, well, I'm obsessed with I Didn't Plan It from Waitress, so we're throwing that one in there.
Amazing.
Because it's a Sass Master Flash kind of song, and I like Sass.
You are a Sass Master.
I like
Flash.
Sass Master Flash. And also Bird on a Wire, which is a
Leonard
Leonard
Cohen?
Cohen. Yes, but the version that I grew up listening to when I was little is from Joe Cocker and Leon Russell's Mad Dogs and Englishmen.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're doing it more of that. It's a gut bucket kind of song, and that's where I live. And so I'm
You live
excited.
in a gut bucket.
I live in a gut bucket down
It's a
by
good
the
place
river.
to live. By the river. So Billy is asking, would you like to return to Broadway to star in a musical revival? Like if you
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Go on.
there is
Which
one. Well, I think it was last summer there were rumors that Smokey Joe's was going to come back, and I was like, that would be fun. I like to
All those
sing
Lieber and
those
Stoller
Lieber-
songs.
I got to sing for Mike Stoller's birthday at 92Y when we were on Broadway,
Amazing.
and yeah, it was crazy. And
Which
Betty
song from
Lebe-
that do you like?
Oh well, actually, we're doing one in the show tonight.
Okay, it's okay.
Pearl's a singer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're
it's
doing
a
that
great
one.
song.
Yeah, well, it's the brass.
It's
I
the
like
bluesy-
I like the bluesy, brassy stuff. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
I like the
You're a
stuff
brass
where like
master, too.
where your blood gets like where you almost can't contain yourself. That's where I like to be.
It's a hard place to live, but it's a nice place to visit.
But you get really good naps because you
Afterwards.
deplete yourself completely, and then you do it again all over again.
That's amazing. Abigail's asking, are you nervous for your show?
Always, I think when you're not nervous, hang it up because you don't care anymore.
So you'll get more nervous. Do you have any rituals before a show? Just go on.
Just
and give it out.
no,
Give it out.
I just kind of there's this little stage bump up thing that I do. If anyone's seen that movie, The Wrestler, the Mickey Rourke movie.
Oh yeah.
When he's doing that and he's stretching out and he's like hitting his elbows, I kind of do that backstage.
Yeah,
I do
stuff.
that. Yeah, I get to fire myself up and be like, "You've got this. Like you've done this
talk
a
to yourself.
million times." It's like, yeah, but this time it's different. It's like, shut up. So
There's a lot of talking to yourself.
there's
I like it.
Well,
you gotta psych yourself up.
I have to say, I have older siblings, so I was kind of alone from when they went to college. I was about 8, so you make do with your alone time. I talk to myself a lot.
So I have a question. Is it true? I love these questions. Is it true that you wanted to play Janis Joplin. You sent a picture of yourself dressed as Janis Joplin, like randomly. How did that come around?
I didn't send it.
Oh.
My mama sent it. I put my mom on blast. Hi, Mom. Love
Hi,
you.
Mom.
No, and hey, thank you, because, hi, I am a homeowner. So, it's because I got to play Janis Joplin so much. But, yeah, it was Halloween, and I did, the cool thing about Janis was I like to say she was an ordinary girl who achieved extraordinary things. And so when she was coming out in her beginnings and everything, before she had costume designers and everything else, it was just whatever she pulled from her closet. So it wasn't hard to pull off, except
that's
you had to
true.
go and buy the
glasses.
the feathers and the glasses, yeah. And sent it to Sam Andrew of Big Brother and the Holding Company, because he just passed
How old
away.
were you?
Oh, geez, 22.
Oh, and your mother sent it out?
Yeah, like the whole took it to the photo developing place and waited the 5 days or week or whatever and got it back and then put it in the mail and just blindly sent it to the P.O. box that was in San Rafael, California, and it was wanted to be Sam Andrews, and he wrote me back and he's like, yeah, you kind of look like her, maybe we'll see if you sound like her, and we just kept in contact, and a couple years later they were coming near Cleveland and I sat in, and then that was that. That's how I got to know the band.
Unbelievable story. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, no, Mom, you've hooked it up over and over again. I appreciate you.
I thought it was you, but it's much more fascinating if it was
No,
your
it's
mom.
totes stage mom.
That's amazing. So, all right, tell us what's up for you after this show tonight. What else do you have going on?
Okay, so after the show tonight, I'm going to bed. No, so
It's
after
totally
the show,
completed. Good nap. Yes.
totally going. Yeah. On Tuesday is January 10th, correct?
Yes.
Okay. At
Quiz.
I know, right? I'm like, time. Le Poisson Rouge. I'm doing this thing. It's Michael Ian Cedar has this thing called the Legacy Series, where he's kind of motivational. And I said I don't want to swear. It's called un-F thyself, and it's a bunch of people. One of the actors from The Wire and Walking Dead, Chet Coleman's going to be on it, and I'm going to be on it. And it's just a panel. Jordan Matter, the photographer, and we're all just going to tell our stories about how, in order to get up, you had to come from down, and everybody has a bunch of you never stay there. There's hills and valleys, and it's not just for performers, it's for anyone that wants to come and be inspired and be reminded that we're all just humans trying to make it through.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's
awesome.
Poisson Rouge on the 10th at 7 o'clock, I believe.
After you see our 54 Below tonight at 9:30, we have
See.
to get going and ask you one more question.
Okay.
Would you like to originate another role?
Oh yeah, why not?
I mean, you're not going to say no to that because it could be.
Could you
written for
imagine
your,
like,
But it would be
no.
written for your crazy voice, and no one else would be able to do it.
Oh yeah, girl. Hey, be like, yes, and then we're gonna do this and that and this and that, and then we'll go up into my Janis stuff, and then we'll go down to the basement. Everybody can do that, right? That would be fun. Abigail,
Thanks, Abigail.
that was cool.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for watching, you
Go
guys.
see MBD